If you're watching this, I'm going to assume that you're either in school or college or university or even studying for something else, and you're pretty much fed up with having to spend your entire day studying or doing work, meaning that you're struggling to find the time to do other beneficial things, like going to the gym or socialising with your friends. Not only this, but you may even be struggling to retain all of the information that you're learning, and you've had enough of it. You're stressed. You are fed up. Well, the reality is that this can have a real detrimental effect on your mental health, and it can actually be counterproductive. So in this video, I'm going to give you an incredible solution to this problem, and we're essentially going to be looking at how I only study for 2 hours per day. Now, my friend, this solution is actually one that helped me to get my degree, because without this, I have no doubt that I would have failed, okay? No doubt whatsoever. And here is some proof, okay? I did graduate. I still can't believe it to this day, because if you would have seen me a few years ago before I graduated, you would have said, he's got no chance. You may as well just give up now, buddy. But doing this solution really managed to help me, and yeah, I graduated. But as I said, before I started doing this technique, I didn't do much other than drink alcohol and procrastinate. I mean, here I am, smelling a beer, you know, just as you do, casually, sniffing a beer. Love that. And then here I am in my seminar, just talking, you know, probably just chatting away, trying my luck with the females. And that probably led to nothing, of course, why would it? And here I am in my room, eating Pringles, you know, just snacking away when I should have been working, but no, I was listening to some shitty music probably, or watching YouTube videos late at night and eating snacks. I was useless, honestly. I could never retain the information in my head, and that's why I ended up doing other things, because it was difficult work for me. I could never focus, and yeah, I tried all the popular techniques, you know, they have the Pomodoro technique, the Feynman technique, I don't even know how you pronounce that, but yeah, Feynman, whatever. They're all bullshit. They don't work, okay? But what I'm about to share with you is top tier. I'm telling you, it's top tier because it worked for me and it still works to this day. So listen up very closely. And actually, before I give you this top tier tip, brother, I'm going to be giving you a little bonus tip, okay? Where I'm literally going to hand deliver you. No, I'm not going to be hand delivering it. I'm going to be giving it to you via the internet. And that is a diet plan. It's a muscle building diet plan. I'm giving it to you for free, okay? So that you can go to the gym and keep healthy while saving even more time. Because obviously, if you're watching a video like this, we both know how important it is to look after yourself and look after your body, particularly when trying to maximize our studying efficiency and our brain power. And you can get that from the description below. And now for the actual technique, okay? We're getting into the meat of the stuff, okay? The meat of the stuff, Budwell. Pretty sure you know what I mean by that. So here's what you're going to do, okay? You're going to wake up, preferably early morning. I wake up at 7:30. That's just the time that works for me. It doesn't need to be 4 a.m. like a lot of these self-improvement gurus will go on about. For a lot of people, that's not realistic. But 7:30, I think that's a pretty good time. That's what I do. That's what works for me. After you wake up, you're going to jump straight onto the intermittent fasting. No breakfast, no Cheerios, no cornflakes, no bloody crunchy nut, whatever the hell cereals they have, you're not going to be eating, okay? Because when you're full and when you're not hungry, your body sees this as though you can relax, and that so you can, you know, have you ever eaten a big meal and then as soon as you've eaten that meal you want to sleep, don't you? That's because your body no longer has to work for food. It doesn't need to chase, okay? So if we think back to, you know, the cavemen era, or if you look at animals, what happens when a lion gets his prey? He no longer needs to be focused and alert, but he just goes to sleep. And it's kind of a similar thing for us. So you're going to be doing intermittent fasting, which means you're going to skip breakfast, and if you must, you can drink some black coffee. You can do that. That's the only thing you can do. No milk, just coffee and water, okay? And this could actually improve your focus, and it will allow you to remain in, you know, a fasted state, which is perfect, really. There are even studies that say drinking a black coffee in the morning increases your testosterone, and to be honest, I can see why it might do that, because every time I do it, like I said, I wake up and I'm alert, and that's exactly what we want. Now, here's another thing. If you are trying to gain muscle and if you're going to the gym, which I'm guessing you might be if you're watching a video like this because you're on the self-improvement journey, then what you can do is you can drink a whey protein shake in the morning, not with milk, just with water, and that will allow you to reach your protein synthesis and make sure that you're regularly having protein. Now, this is technically, it's going to destroy the fast a little bit, but if it's just protein, you're probably still going to be hungry after that, so you're still going to be focused, and that's exactly what we want. Now, after you've done these 4 things, okay, we're then going to eat that frog. And you might have heard of this term before, you might not have heard of this term, but practically what eat that frog means is you're going to start your study session and you're going to start it by doing the thing that you don't want to do the most, basically the hardest task, because as soon as you've done that, as soon as you've eaten the frog, if you wake up in the morning and you eat a frog, then let's be honest, everything else for the rest of the day is going to be a piece of pie, right? And that's exactly what we want. So you're going to do the hardest task and you're going to do it in the form of deep work sessions. Now, deep work sessions are essentially a period of time that you dedicate to studying without distraction. So that means no mobile phones, it means no toilet breaks, no water breaks, no food breaks, no music, literally nothing. You're going to pretty much shut yourself into your room. You're going to shut your door. You're not going to speak to anybody. It's going to be like a prison, essentially. And what's going to happen is you're going to work at the quickest pace that you possibly can. Almost imagine someone's pointing a gun at your Swede, okay? Yeah, what that's going to allow you to do is literally work at maximum efficiency. Now, this is quite tiring, believe it or not, and you only need 2 hours of this a day, I'm telling you, because I've done this technique for years now, and I've found that 2 hours of this in one day is more efficient than me working on a full day and trying to study for a full day when I'm like putting in 50% of effort. And let's say I've got my phone out, I've got my door open, I've got people that can talk to me in the house, I'm going to the toilet, I'm drinking, I'm not completely focused on my work, and I find that I don't get as much work done. That's the first thing, and second of all, the work quality is nowhere near as good. So these deep work sessions are brilliant, and I do them in 60-minute blocks 2 times a day. So I'll do block 1 straight away in the morning. I'll set a stopwatch, set a timer. When the 60 minutes is up, I'll go for a piss, I'll drink some water, whatever I need to do. Still not eating any food, staying in that fasted state. Maybe after about 5 minutes, I'll jump on the second block. Straight away, 60 minutes timer, bam, bam, bam. And that might not sound like a lot of time, but I'm telling you now, if you do it correctly and you do it without distraction, your brain is going to be exhausted by the end of it. And you're going to have learned so much, and it's going to be such a focused session like you would not believe. And as this is a skill, you're literally training the muscles like in your brain and whatever, you're eventually going to start to progress this. It's like progressive overload, so you can actually upgrade eventually to 90 minutes per block. So instead of setting a timer for 60 minutes, you'll set a timer for 90 minutes. And you could do this 2 times a day, right? Or if you wanted, you could do 60-minute blocks 3 times. So you do an hour, have a break, an hour, have a break, and have another hour. There's some options for you. Okay, you can play around with it, see what works for you. But yeah, trust me, brother, doing 2 hours of intense deep work is what is actually going to prevent burnout, because you're going to have more time to do other things that you actually want to be doing in the day. If you want to go to the gym, you can. If you want to socialise with your friends, you can. If you want to do whatever the hell else you want to do, you can, because you've already got in your session early in the morning. You've already eaten that tasty little frog. Okay, if you want, you can read some more information about this in the Deep Work book by Cal Newport, and there's the Eat That Frog book by Brian Tracy. Both incredible books. I'm telling you, it's going to change so much of the way that you work. But yeah, I'm not at university anymore, but I still use these methods literally every single day because they've proven time and time again to work, and they're so much better than the other bullshit techniques that are out there. Trust me, I've done this for years now. Remember not to forget my diet plan that's literally free. I'm giving it to you, and that's in the description below. Believe you can, and you're more than halfway there, my friend.